Hey everybody, welcome to Worried to Wealthy. Today we have a controversial topic I'm excited to talk about. I'll go into depth in a second, but again, I just want to put a disclaimer out here. This is not financial advice. I do want you guys to talk to a financial advisor if you want advice. Um, Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I say that not only to protect myself, but I also say it to protect you. I think if you have conviction in your holdings, like I did during the 2020, I knew what I was invested in, so I was holding it for the long run, and it worked out really well. So again, this is think of this as entertainment. This is entertainment. This is what I do. These are my perceptions. So again, just not advice, just entertainment. But again, welcome to Worry the Wealthy. What we're trying to do, I help one person out with trying to be less worried, and through financial education from some guy on YouTube, maybe it'll help you become more wealthy. And the only reason why I think people, in my opinion, should become more wealthy is because you get your time back when you're making 20,000, 40,000, $50,000 a year in dividends or something like that. You don't have to work anymore, and you can do whatever you want, and that really is the dream. So today's topic, I have been thinking about this for like the past week now. I've always been a guy, I've read so many financial books. You cannot time the market. If you miss the market, I think if you miss like the first or the top 5 days in the market, your returns are like way lower, like 50%. It's pretty wild. So I was like, okay, well, there's no reason to time the market. Of course, my little human brain is like, well, if Warren Buffett can do it, I can do it. And so I was looking at this index. It's called VIX. I think it's called it for, and it's for volatility. If we scroll down here, yeah, volatility in the stock market. Um, yeah, it's just a volatility. I think of it kind of as like a fear index when people get kind of afraid. Um, but it's interesting. So we have 2 5 years, and I'll get to this in a second, but this is how I almost think I personally could time the market. If you look here, some of the stuff is like inversed, not completely, but for example, we'll take the most obvious one is March of 2020. Actually, we'll go over here first. If you started investing in stocks like me at the beginning of 2020, you were scared out of your mind. But the bottom was March 20th. And if you had a crystal ball, or if I had a magic wand to buy more stocks during then, and I, especially if I knew what was going to happen, I would buy more stocks because obviously I would have got a sweet yield buying at such a low price. I did buy one, but I didn't buy a ton. And I was like, well, how, there's got to be a way. And I'm not going to analyze stuff. I'm not going to do that. There's got to be a simple way to do it. And I thought for a while that there wasn't. But if you look here, the bottom of the market where everyone would want to buy stocks or assets or whatever, this is where it's at the top here, 66. And okay, so the dip directly matches where this thing kind of spikes. Now, it's not every time. I haven't cherry picked any. I have looked at a couple, and a couple aren't exactly right. Um, but it does have some similarity. Let's see if this one, December 21st, 2018. December 21st, 2018. That's a dip right there. You'd have a nice little between December. So what, you got about a year, 2018. So basically it's just 2019, and you already got like 36% return. Uh, if you look at a couple other ones, like, okay, now let's do the other way. September 30th, 2022. September 30th, 2022, it's at 30. In my opinion, what I'm looking at this at, it's more of like if it's over 20, that's when it's kind of volatile and people are kind of afraid. Let's go to another spike. This is October 30th, Halloween 2020. October 30th, Halloween. Boom. Honestly, still a great price because you have the same prices way back here, but you're buying, obviously in the future. And I do think this is a way, and that is a dip right there. So if you look at a couple more, and again, it's not all 100% perfect. I can't remember. There was one in June, I think, that wasn't 100% right. Let's see if I can find it. I think it's this one, June 17th, 2022. June 17th. Oh, no, that one worked. But that's another dip. And again, so this is kind of controversial because, everyone, I think it's smart, don't time the market, just keep putting money in the market and the snowball will keep happening. But I think it's very interesting that, if you keep checking more and more of these dates, it's not perfect, but it might work. October 26th, 2018. October 26. Right there. There's the bottom. There's a dip. And then you have like a correction. And so what I was thinking is, okay, if it gets over 20, I'll put 2% of extra cash I have lying around. I have my emergency fund in an ETF called BIL. It's called Bill. And it holds 1 to 3 month treasury bills, very short term stuff. So it pumps out like, 4% throughout the year. So I get little coupons every month. Nothing major. But with that extra cash and never investing your emergency fund into the market and think you're timing it. I did that and I didn't have an emergency fund for a while because then I decided to quit my job too, and it was stressful. Always have an emergency fund. I guarantee you will sleep better at night. But it's an interesting thing to look at. I mean, if you max these out to the other one, the most recent one, which was a recession I'm talking about, which was '08. Now it's not perfect, but for example, the bottom, this is why it's not perfect, right? The bottom is like March 6th, 2009. The highest, so here's March 6th, right there, March 6th, still pretty freaking high. Remember, 20, in my opinion, is where people start to get scared and those dips really start to occur. But the top of this one is October 24th. Here you go. God, so small. October 24th. Right about there. Still a good time to buy. I mean, that's after a 25% dip. So it's not perfect, but it's something I've been thinking about. I think investing, you just have to be patient and consistent and constantly dollar cost average. But it's always nice to have a little bit of fun and like, okay, could I time the market? It's interesting. Let me know your thoughts. For me, I think with my extra cash, I think I said this before, but I think I'm going to be doing like, if it hits 20, I'm going to put 2% in of my extra cash that day. If it's for some reason another '08, please God, I hope that doesn't happen soon. 79%, I put 7.9% of my extra cash and throw it in the market on top of my dollar cost averaging. So let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to put out some free stuff here so that way you guys can see someone on their way to financial independence. The reason why I created this channel in the first place is because I wish someone would open my books up to me, but most people don't do it. So again, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you.